Well, it's Friday, April 24th, 2026, and during the night last night, spring sprung. It got a little warm inside the cabin. It woke me up around 3 o'clock this morning. So I got up and I looked, and it was 43 degrees above zero. So it has officially begun. And spring around these parts is a nasty mess. And the saga continues, trying to figure out exactly how to get this pallet that has a wood stove on it inside this sled, and then get it pulled down front, because this wood stove is for the mini cabin. Another project that starts today is we're clearing this area right here. And this will be the future home of the greenhouse, instead of it being out there in the middle of a slough. The water gets rather deep right there and stays that way for quite some time. And especially if we have a wet summer, it's almost impossible. Like last year, it rained a lot and the water was anywhere from 6 inches to 12 inches deep, all around and through the greenhouse.
Definitely breakup time. Little ice patches, just waiting to catch somebody who's unaware. Chickies, mommy's got kombucha scobies for you. I come in here and now Jed has to, well, he's looking at me. Jed has to come guard me from Randy. Kombuchas, oh, look at them go. Well, Ivory says, I have a treat. Look at Randy, was a gentleman with his ladies. He let them get first dibs. And Abby says, well, if you're not going to eat it, I'm taking it. Okay, overhead line. Don't catch yourself on it.
Well, what I've done is I've taken a 2x4 and put up here as a cross piece to this spruce pole, which I attached a couple of ratchet straps to make sure that it doesn't go one way or the other with all this weight on it. Plus I hooked the come along up way off center, just to keep the pressure off the middle of this 2x4. And so far I've been able to move this thing a little bit, but I'm having to go at it really slow, and it is going to do it, I think. Now we're off the ground. Well, it'll fit well enough to get it down the line.
Well, actually, if I hold over here. I'm feeling we may be sacrificing this sled. The rope is blocking it from...
Oh, I see.
That's why I said that it's not going to fit, because the rope takes up a lot of space. I mean, it should be fine like this. See, it's...
Well, I was able to get the stove in the sled and get it down to the front where the micro cabin is going to be built. Unfortunately, I didn't get it on video because this camera said it was recording and it actually wasn't. It's about 54 degrees out here today, and slightly difficult walking conditions. And spring really has sprung here on the cut bank. And one of the spots that we have truly missed is coming down and climbing into our, well, Michelle into her swing and me in my chair there, and just enjoying a beautiful sunny Alaskan day. And the overflow really beginning to develop now along the river. But we are still a ways away from breakup. And this is our big spring challenge. This boat buried in the ice of the river. I'm going to use this spruce that's leaning out as sort of a crane. I'll tie the upper end to a tree that's nice and big and secure up on the bank to keep the spruce from kind of falling onto the boat. And then try to use a come along and ropes attached to the stern of the boat to lift it above the surface of the water so that when breakup occurs, the great big chunks of ice will just float underneath it and not slam into it and destroy it. But all of the ice has to be broken out of it first. Then we'll just kind of see how things happen. I've noticed that some of the bank has caved away here. So I might be able to pull it a little further up to the point that we might be able to get it up on the bank itself. Now, back a couple of years ago, the wiring harness fried on this machine, and what I did I simply mounted a push button starter switch, running from the battery to the starter, and that's the way I get it going. But every spring we always have trouble starting this thing. I've fully serviced it, but it does not want to start and run. So I've got the battery charged. Now I'm going to bring the battery out, get it hooked up, and we'll see what happens. And it's beginning to rain. Make sure everything is on. Almost. Battery's gonna die. Okay. Well, that's the bad thing about this battery, and it is a brand new battery, but it'll only turn this thing over for so long, and then it quits. All right, really turning into a nasty day today. I'm outside trying to get some things done, but the rain has moved in. When it gets like this, it's not fun out here. Still, the comments and emails and communications coming through correcting me on a video a couple of days ago about advising people on what to do and how to move to Alaska. I can't do that. Until you are in the state of Alaska, it's impossible to tell you what you need to do. Because you can sit in your comfy little chair down in the lower 48 and daydream all you want to. But until you come here and you decide, well, we want to be, we just had a couple yesterday actually tell us that they want to do what we did and wanted detailed instructions on how to do it. There's no way. I mean, what part of the state are you going to be in? Are you going to be upriver from us, downriver from us? You're going to be on the Yukon? How about the Chena River outside of Fairbanks somewhere? I mean, it depends on where you are as to what you need to do to prepare for that first year out. Are you building your own cabin? You buying something turnkey and you're just going to walk in? And when you ask us things like that, you have to be a little specific. Because without knowing what it is you're up to, I can't advise you on anything. Well, I am slowly trying to make my way up front, though walking out here is a little on the difficult side. Now, I have been here all my life, basically. And Michelle has been here in the state of Alaska 27 years. Actually 30. She was here and then she left and then she came back. We started this plan quite a few years ago to live in the bush. She had always wanted it. I had always wanted it. It's just that we never could get with the right person to make that happen for us. So we first started talking about it, and all of a sudden we realized there was this kind of a natural attraction between us, and we just gravitated towards each other and the subject of off-grid living. And it progressed from there. And quite a few years ago, we bought this land. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and I clicked buy. So anyway, to make a long story short, it is almost impossible, without knowing your particular circumstances, to advise you on what it is you need to do to either move to Alaska, or once you're in Alaska, to move out of a metropolitan area into the bush. You have to know what part of the bush you're going to, what part of the state you're in, because this place is big. Got a lot of storm damage from back over this past winter. That's just now beginning to surface. I did clean some of this up, but there's still a lot laying around that I have not gotten to, which was buried in 3 feet, 4 feet of snow. I can now get to it. And there's even a couple of birch trees down front. Everything beginning to reappear as the snow continues to melt. And water beginning to flow along the bank. And of course down towards the creek down there, it's probably pretty deep, what we call the ramp. Well, there's no more travel on the river this year. And we will be able to get in the boat now and start breaking that ice out, getting it completely cleaned out, and then raising the stern of the boat up enough to where it floats. Once it starts floating, we're going to put some beams down and try to pull it as far up on this bank as we possibly can. And I made the mistake of coming out unarmed. And this is not the time of year you want to be out wandering around without a weapon on you, because this is bear country. And we do have what I've called the neighborhood grizzly. She's been around since we have. A couple of years ago, she had a baby, and but she's never bothered us. She kind of goes her way, we go our way. But I would hate to meet her face to face, a few feet apart, and she has a brand new cub. That would not end well for me. But we do have a lot of black bears in this area, and this time of the year you really have to watch out for them, because they come out of those dens very hungry.